I'm Tammy Madsen. I'm an associate professor of strategy in the Leavey School of Business. I'm also the chair of the management department. I started out as an undergraduate in mechanical engineering at UC Santa Barbara. I got my master's in systems management at USC and my PhDs from UCLA. I had started working right after my undergraduate degree for a small defense contractor in Southern California, and then went to work for a division of General Motors. And as part of that job, I had an opportunity to go to a lot of different automotive facilities and learn how a huge bureaucratic organization works, and to gain an understanding of how difficult it was for them to change. And that motivated me to go back and study and sort of pursue the PhD. My interest there was looking at strategic change and how evolution influences competitive dynamics and the competition among firms. I've been teaching at Santa Clara for about 10 years. I've taught undergraduate students, MBA students, and executive MBAs, and a little bit in some other executive development programs we have here at Santa Clara. We pull executives from all over the valley, from small startup firms, from VC organizations, from service-oriented organizations, a whole range of companies. Google's here, AMD, Intel, NVIDIA, Yahoo, eBay, Cisco, HP, VMware, Electronic Arts, Twitter, Facebook, National Semiconductor, Applied Materials, Netflix, just a bed of innovation, and it's a very unique place to be. We're sort of trying to figure out how do particular types of resources and capabilities contribute to differences in performance among organizations. And if we can isolate what those resources and capabilities are, then we can sort of give some sense to managers about where to place their bets in terms of their resource investments. Part of my passion about doing the research is finding answers to questions that we sort of don't quite know an answer to. Drilling down into the data, doing the analytical kind of work and empirical analysis, and then sort of bringing it sort of out and making the connection to practice. In our strategy class, the capstone class, we teach at both the undergraduate and the MBA level, and the course covers content all the way. We start off by analyzing the industries that the firms are positioned in, frameworks for industry analysis, analyzing competitors, then figuring out how does a firm position for a single business, right? So what kind of resources and capabilities do they bring to bear? What type of strategy should they use? What kind of target markets should they approach? And then we start to look at decisions about outsourcing. Should the firm vertically integrate? Should it de-integrate? What types of activities might make sense for outsourcing activities? How do they pursue alliances? What guidelines can we provide? Under what conditions does alliance make sense? Under what conditions might it be a more risky bet, and how to buffer those kinds of risks? And then we'll look at mergers and acquisitions and give the students some frameworks for how to analyze a merger and acquisition from a strategic perspective. So one of the things that we have, I think, every student go through in sort of for the capstone class, the strategy class, is the students for their final projects have to select a firm, as reported in the Wall Street Journal, that's undergoing a new strategic move, something brand new. And the idea here is for them to address an unframed problem. We had a group a few years back, the CEO of the Silicon Valley firm read their project and commented on it and used some of the recommendations that the team came up with to help inform what they were doing going forward. So there is this opportunity to make unique connections with the Valley. I think we're in a very distinctive position relative to other schools. And one of the executives from TiVo is coming in to speak to the students. They're doing a case on TiVo, and he's going to come in and sort of do a wrap-up. So this is not unusual to see here in the Valley. I think one of the things that I really want them to get out of the course is to not just go for the obvious answer, that there's typically some non-obvious answer, and that might be where thinking about the sort of the less obvious contribution to an advantage is what's going to actually drive a unique position for a firm. So getting them to think sort of outside of their comfort zone.